Thank you for watching. My name is Mia and this is My Virtual Vanity, a place where we both love makeup and we are quite critical of it. And welcome to crossing over two things that I really love, aka makeup and Dungeons and Dragons general nerdery. I did a video a year back that basically placed makeup brands on the Dungeons and Dragons alignment scale. And I'm going to link that one below. Last year I talked about Fenty, Wet n Wild, ColourPop, MAC, Bare Minerals, ABH, Jeffree Star, Kat Von D, and Unique. And this year I'm going to talk about completely different brands. If you're not of the nerdy persuasion, or you've never played Dungeons and Dragons, which is a role-playing game, in these games you make a character, right? A completely different person that you play as. Ideally, you would place them on an alignment scale that determines their personality, right? This alignment scale goes from good to evil and from lawful, so law-abiding, like doing their good or evil shenanigans in the constraints of the law of the world they set in, to chaotic, aka just doing whatever the hell they want, fuck the consequences. The alignments are pretty self-explanatory. You've got lawful good, neutral good, chaotic good, then lawful neutral, true neutral, chaotic neutral, lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. That being said, let's place some makeup brands in these alignments. And I want to know down in the comments which makeup brand you think would fit each alignment. It doesn't have to be the makeup brands discussed today, just whichever you guys want. So let's start with the good alignments. We're going to start with lawful good, the brand that tries to do good things within the general laws of the landscape of the beauty community. No controversies, no shitty shade ranges, they mind their business, they don't get in shit, they don't get in customer service spats, and that for me would be Makeup Forever. Makeup Forever is so low-key because they don't get into any sort of drama. They just put out their products, mind their business, have more or less a decent shade range with one or two exceptions. But basically they put out good products, high quality, they keep their nose on their job, they don't go around having drama with other brands or with creators. They're very much the goody two-shoes of the makeup industry. Neutral good would be Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty has evolved a lot in the past few years from a slightly controversial brand because of the takes of its owners to nowadays a pretty good brand. And I might be a bit biased because I love their palettes. I've got like a bunch of their palettes. They put out good products with decent ranges and decent pricing. Why I'm putting them in the neutral category and not the lawful category is because they still get into spats now and again. Not intentionally, Huda or the brand doesn't necessarily start them, but they still get dragged into some stuff. So it's clear that something somewhere is a bit of a seed of discussion in these brands. They're not truly lawful, but they're still, you know, doing their job, minding their business, pumping out cute palettes. Chaotic good would be Makeup Revolution, and I thought hard about this because I wasn't sure if I should place them in the chaotic good or chaotic evil alignments. Let me explain why. Makeup Revolution serves a very important role in the European market, because Makeup Revolution provides to the European market, specifically the UK and other countries in Europe that can't get a lot of US makeup, they provide a high variety of selection across different price points. They fill a gap and have filled a gap in the European makeup industry of trendy, fast-paced makeup, the European response to ColourPop and the such. And so they're doing objectively good. They're providing European consumers with something that for a lot of them, because of international shipping, of customs availability, isn't easily accessible. The chaotic part of it is like threefold. The first one would be that they churn out product like crazy, much like ColourPop. You blink and there's 10 more Makeup Revolution collections and 2 more sub-brands. The second chaotic thing about them is, again, this sub-brand thing. They've got so many sub-brands that try to target different audiences, and for a person that isn't very much involved in the makeup community, they might even trick them that they're completely different brands. Like if you go in the UK, at least in London, and you go into a Superdrug, you will see Makeup Revolution has completely taken over the makeup aisle battlefield. They have decimated their competition. They have battled and conquered so much surface area that it is truly amazing. Anything else has any space. They have a very multiply and conquer approach to this particular makeup sphere, and I find that very chaotic because they're not leaving any other brand room to breathe. They're not leaving any other brand room to expand. They just want to engorge themselves in aisle space and consumer money. The third and maybe the most controversial is that they produce dupes. It's not all that they make. I find particularly annoying and misinformative when people say that Makeup Revolution is a dupe brand. It's not. Their dupes are maybe 1 in 50 products that they make, maybe more, but it's a very slow rate of dupe production. They're not Alter Ego or the other American brands that specialize in making dupes. The Makeup Revolution dupes are kind of tangential. They happen with the other stuff that they produce. So they're stealing a bit from other brands, but it's doing it for good a la Robin Hood. They're stealing the designs from the color stories from other brands and providing them to the Europeans that may not have easy access to it. And there's also the element of if someone is willing to buy the dupe, they're probably either unable or uninterested in buying the original. So yeah, I think Makeup Revolution is chaotic good. They really don't care about looking proper. They don't care about letting other brands room to breathe. They don't care if they're duping stuff, but overall, they're a slight force for good in the niche that they're in. Let's go towards the neutral alignment. So these are brands that are neither good nor evil. They're not powerhouses. They're doing their job. They're staying out of muck. They're staying out of drama. They're those middle of the road brands that are the all reliable. They're dependable. Those kinds of brands. So I feel that a lawful neutral brand is NARS. NARS is a reliable, good quality brand despite their absolutely cave goblin sex-obsessed names. We're going to just ignore those for the purposes of this video. But they pump out good product at a steady rate, not too much, not too little, with decent ranges, decent finishes, decent variety. They don't toe the line of any controversies. They just mind their business, put out product with quirky, sexy names, and that's it. I feel that a true neutral brand is Maybelline. Maybelline consistently puts out good quality drugstore makeup. Yeah, they're a big corporation, but if we, get to the nitty-gritty of it, all corporations are evil, top to bottom, no matter the brand. So we're going to just ignore the fact that Maybelline is part of a bigger corp, and, bigger corps do evil, underhanded shit in general. We live under capitalism. There's no ethical consumption, and then there is no true way to put them into proper alignments because the source of it all is a fountain of evil. I'm putting that in true neutral because they don't necessarily follow all of the trends, but they do still put out product from time to time. They, allow a drugstore loving niche of people to enjoy good quality stuff. Chaotic neutral, Urban Decay. Listen, I think Urban Decay is chaotic neutral because they put out reliably decent products for a certain consumer that loves the Urban Decay formula, right? But then they come out with the craziest, dumbest collaborations that they just mock. They just slap a name over it and pull out a complete 90s aesthetic, children's makeup, Claire's, like there is absolutely no rhyme or reason or logic to the way that they handle their collaboration, and that's the chaotic part of it. They don't care to do the collaborations justice. There is no, no law-abiding element to it where they're like, yeah, we're going to respect this other brand we're collabing with and we're going to respect our customers. They just slap their name on it, design something weird, and just put it out to market because they know people will buy it. Let's go into the evil categories. I will have to admit that the last video, it was kind of like shooting fish in a barrel. I picked the lowest hanging fruit for this category. It was like unique, Jeffree Star, KVD. I had a very easy time. But now that those were out of the way, I had to consider which brands do I put into the evil categories? Which ones? For lawful evil, we're going to have RMS Beauty. RMS Beauty is a clean makeup brand that hides its problems behind a veneer of respectability of you're helping the environment and you're helping your skin by using only clean beauty, yada 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 yada. So they're lying to you first and foremost, because clean beauty is very much a bit of a scam. Chemicals are not the devil. I might make a video on it eventually. Whatever is using clean beauty to advertise itself is basically fear mongering, using people's fear of the unknown to skyrocket their profits. So RMS is big on that. RMS has a very shitty shade range, and they have also previously stated that they don't plan to expand it. However, because they keep all of this under wraps, they pretty much seem very lawful. They don't get into drama, they don't get into internet scandals, they don't, they have good customer service. So it's not as obvious the fact that they're unwilling to cater to customers outside of what they think the person that should be using RMS Beauty looks like. And that person is affluential, white, and young. Last but not least, why RMS Beauty is in the evil category, a little birdie told me, and this is gossip, that the owner has some pretty weird beliefs regarding science, stuff like that. If I manage to find the sources, because this is a rumor that I heard a while back, I will link them down below. But yeah, RMS for me is lawful evil, because they do their own thing in their own interest while completely ignoring the greater good. Neutral evil is Benefit Cosmetics. Benefit isn't hiding behind a veneer of anything. Benefit just keeps doing their thing, pumping out their brow products, but they refuse to expand the ranges of their blushes, of their highlights, of their bronzers. They keep coming with another version, but it's still not quite enough. They still put out reliable products, but they kind of refuse to expand beyond and do right by their customers. So they just pump out the same remixed palettes without any sort of tonal variation. They just recycle the same products over and over again because they know that we are suckers and we're gonna buy them. Chaotic evil. I really had a good think about this, and I think this has to be Morphe. Morphe changed the landscape of the beauty industry for the worse. Morphe was one of the brands that initially introduced influencer codes and thus influenced the YouTube makeup community towards being more money hungry, more product pushing. Morphe also highly pushed this narrative that influencers are untrustworthy because everyone was like promoting their products, but then the products would be mediocre and not as those people, told everyone that they were. They keep pumping out mediocre big palette after mediocre big palette non-stop. They keep collaborating with problematic people like Jeffree Star, like Nikita Dragun, like whoever else is nowadays just showing their ass on the internet. Morphe hasn't brought anything good to the industry except very affordable makeup. But that niche could have been filled very well by anyone else. In my opinion, if Morphe were gone tomorrow, nothing would be lost. Morphe is like a voracious, evil creature that eats anything in its path, that influences people's minds for the worst, and tries to prey on the young and the people that don't like to spend a lot of money on makeup, and also on people on YouTube that want to make an extra buck. Morphe is evil, period. You can argue with me about which alignment they're on in the evil spectrum, but let's just agree that they belong in the evil spectrum. Okay, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. These are the brands that I think would fit the Dungeons and Dragons personality alignments. Please let me know your picks down below. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and maybe check out the former one, because that one is fun also. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to have a wonderful morning, evening, second breakfast, third lunch, whatever it is you're from. Bye!